Durant make the right decision by going to the Golden State Warriors? Also, is Kyrie and KD a good pairing now that they have formed together and possibly have formed a potential super team, future super team? And what are the reasons that KD went to Golden State? I display that, all that, and more as I explain in further detail, right as always, on your favorite channel and mine, the Lewis Basketball Network. Alright, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Lewis back on the Lewis Basketball Network, back here with another banger with yet another video. So I wanted to talk about this, and this video is going to be a little bit lengthy. I'm going to talk about are Kyrie Irving and KD a good fit together, and reasons why Kevin Durant left the Golden State Warriors and is now a Brooklyn Net. So let's get started with Kyrie and KD. Well, are they a good fit together? The only way we're going to know that for sure is when they get on the court together, and let's see how their chemistry goes. I mean, that's the biggest key, guys. Chemistry is so important in the NBA, man. It's the way you complement each other. It's your ability to play with each other and with your teammates. Like, that's what's gonna really help you show, how great of a team you guys can really be. Obviously, the stars are the most important. The stars are very important, but you're just as important as the sum of your parts. So you make sure that all your guys are involved if your ultimate goal is to win an NBA championship. So chemistry is definitely important, not just with those two, but the rest of the team. And it's about sharing the basketball. It's about helping each other on defense. Communication is key. Communication with your coaches, and you guys being extensive coaches on the floor. That's very key. So remember, Kyrie displayed poor leadership with the Boston Celtics when he came back from injury. That's why I was very skeptical of Kyrie going to New York. Yes, he ended up in Brooklyn. And you have to remember something, ladies and gentlemen. 9 years ago, LeBron James ended up teaming up playing with his friend Dwayne Wade. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving also are friends, are playing with each other as well. So the LaFriend super era still continues, mind you. Also, LeBron took less max dollars when he first signed his deal with the Miami Heat. Same thing with Kyrie and KD. And it was to get DeAndre Jordan. Remember, Chris Bosh was the odd man in for the big three in South Beach when it was supposed to be Carmelo Anthony originally. So if you ask me, Kyrie has to prove to me that he can be a leader. He has to show that he's mature and that he can't be trying to step on anybody's toes. And then he has to understand Kevin Durant is the alpha on that team. Kyrie is going to be the main guy for now until Kevin Durant comes back. If KD shows any sign of the KD that we saw in Golden State, especially in the 2019 postseason before he hurt his Achilles tendon and then ruptured it in the NBA Finals, Kyrie cannot be trying to take over games like he is the guy, because Kyrie has alpha capabilities, but I'm going to say this right now. He is what I call a high octane beta, and it's the truth. I love Kyrie. I respect Kyrie, but I need to see an evolution of Kyrie's game in order for me to say that Kyrie can be that guy. And there's one opportunity to prove it when he left LeBron. It didn't work. And so the fact that Kyrie is in Brooklyn has got Shannon going crazy. He was hoping that Kyrie would reunite with LeBron, because he was talking about how Kyrie went to the media and was saying, "Oh, LeBron, I'm so, apologizing to LeBron and all this kind of stuff." He wanted him to come back. But Shannon is still so salty that Kyrie is not teaming up with his boo LeBron James. He's salty about that. So yeah, with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, like, they're, again, Kevin Durant's health. Also, remember, Kyrie is injury prone himself. So like I said, these are all what ifs, man. And even DeAndre Jordan has been starting to get injured these last couple of seasons when he was known as Iron Man in the beginning. But injuries are much more difficult to recover from as the older you get. Remember, because your body is technically slowing down. So definitely with Kyrie and Kevin, it's going to depend on, like I said, one, can they stay healthy? And then two, remember, they're in New York now. These guys have been called by all these media heads two of the most sensitive cats in the NBA. And that these guys would not fit in New York. Charles Barkley said it, Max Kellerman said it, Stephen A has said it, Shannon Sharp has said it, Skip Bayless has said it, Chris Broussard has said it, even Nick Wright has said it, Chris Carter. So you have to understand that. So it's gonna be we're gonna have to wait and see. But right now it's uncertain, and we won't know for sure up until they're actually on the court together. So then there's that. Ladies and gentlemen, now for the nitty gritty. Why is Kevin Durant a Brooklyn Net? And here are my reasons why, as Kevin Durant is a Brooklyn Net. One of the reasons why, he wants to prove that he can win a championship without the dependence of another team. That in the team that he formed a super team in Golden State. Ladies and gentlemen, what people have been saying about Kevin Durant, that as great as he is, he's needed the Golden State Warriors to win his 2 finals MVPs, and that his legacy won't really mean anything, and that he has asterisks on his championships until he can be proved that he is the lead guy on a championship. So I think he has something to prove, and that if he were to get the Brooklyn Nets, who have never won a championship in their franchise history, even when they were the New Jersey Nets, because remember, when they were in the ABA, known as the New York Nets, they won their championships in the ABA, but they've never won a championship when they've been in the NBA. So there's one, what it would do for New York. Number 2, the media and the medical staff on Golden State and ownership. So ladies and gentlemen, when Kevin Durant got hurt, the media had been going haywire on Kevin Durant, pushing him out of Golden State, telling them how well Golden State was playing without him when they were facing the Houston Rockets and the Portland Trail Blazers. And the fact that they were able to get a win without him against the Toronto Raptors in the finals. Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, Chris Carter, Max Kellerman, they were all saying, all of them, Charles Barkley was hampering the Warriors, saying that they weren't going to win a championship without Kevin Durant. Even if it ended up being true, they were pressuring him to play because the Warriors were winning without him. And they were making reports that Kevin Durant was very frustrated with the fact that the Warriors were winning, and that Steph was going to get an MVP, which was going to cause Kevin Durant to be jealous, because they feel like, and Kevin Durant feels like, according to them, that he was the guy on this team. When we still have to remember, even if the Warriors needed him, they went to 2 straight finals without Kevin Durant. And remember, the 2017 finals that Kevin Durant appeared in, that was his first NBA finals in 5 years, when he lost to LeBron and them boys in Miami. So let's remember that too. The Warriors just went to 2 straight finals and beat Kevin Durant and Russ's Oklahoma City Thunder that had a 3-1 lead on them. So let's remember that too, guys. But the media has been carping about how it is unfair. It is completely unfair that Kevin Durant has been winning championships and the Warriors, and they've gotten to 5 straight finals. They haven't liked it. But now we're looking at LeBron possibly having a 3rd super team, but that's okay, right? I tell you, the media bias is incredible. They're still trying to push this narrative that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. They're still trying to push it, guys. So then there's that. And they got their wish. They've been talking about his burner accounts, KD sensitive, and they got their wish. Kevin Durant is now not a Golden State Warrior. Another reason why Kevin Durant left for the Brooklyn Nets was his inability to develop a close relationship with Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry was in the recruitment process of bringing KD and allowing KD to have the team, and Steph Curry stepping aside and, as a certain he knows likes to say, be Nightwing, while Kevin Durant was Batman, right? So the only problem is that they had a business relationship. Kind of reminds me of Kobe and Shaq in some sense, but they never really had like a close relationship. And Kevin Durant showed that he wanted that. The problem is that Steph Curry is a married man. Steph Curry is a devoted Christian. Steph Curry has 3 kids. So it was going to be difficult to even really kind of develop that. And let's face it, we have a wife in Aisha Curry who's looking for attention, who feels like she doesn't get enough attention like her husband does, when she should be grateful that she has a faithful, loving husband and 3 beautiful children and very loving parents. So I keep telling Aisha she should focus on her family, focus on her career, focus on her husband and her kids. That's what she should do. Instead of trying to promote this Me Too toxic femininity, this toxic feminism, because I could just hear it in the stuff that she talks about, where she's afraid that Steph Curry would be linking himself with groupies, and that she's afraid when he's on the road. I'm not saying that it's nothing about worry, but if you want that kind of thug attention, you better be careful with that. So, and I think that's what kind of has Kevin Durant worried, in the fact that because Steph has a family, he really can't develop that kind of close brotherhood. Like, he developed it on the court, but he wanted it off the court, and he can't really have that. So that's another reason why he left. And ladies and gentlemen, well, before I get to the last reason, shout out to Joe Lacob and the Golden State management for retiring Kevin Durant's jersey, appreciating what the man has done, helping them bring 2 NBA finals, because let's face it, they needed each other, but Kevin Durant was that difference maker and did put the Golden State Warriors over the top. So that is true. So we can't deny that. But but the last reason, ladies and gentlemen, and I even talked about saying, like I said, ownership and all these guys pressured him to play, and Joe Lacob was trying their best to keep him. And he kept saying that KD was going to play in the NBA Finals, when we all knew that KD had an Achilles injury. But they were trying to downplay it with the whole calf. But we knew it was an Achilles injury. And I certainly knew too, especially with the position where he was holding his hand. But ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, Draymond Green. Remember that regular season game against the Clippers where KD did not get the ball for the last shot? And he flipped off on Draymond Green and asked him what he was doing. And Draymond was going haywire like crazy on him. They had an argument right in front of the bench. And then it spilled into the locker room. And Draymond had to be so toxic. Listen, Draymond Green I love him as a role player. I love him in terms of his ability to make plays, his ability to defend multiple positions, his ability to rebound, his ability to push the break, his ability to be a screen setter, a passer. He can do multiple things. But remember why Draymond Green gets to run his mouth a lot and always bring out all this clout. There's a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen. That's because he plays for Golden State. He has 2 of the top shooters in NBA history, and he has an over-the-top transcendent player, shooter, scorer in Kevin Durant. That's why Draymond Green tends to run his mouth a lot. What did Draymond Green do? That guy told KD, we went to 2 finals without you. We beat you in the playoffs. We don't need you. We won a championship without you. Knowing that Kevin Durant was the biggest reason that the Golden State Warriors won 2 championships back to back, and then you tell him to his face that he called him the B word. Then he also said that we won championships without you. We don't need you. What that proved to Kevin Durant was, you were a luxury and we used you, but you're not a necessity. Kevin Durant was a necessity because of what the Cavaliers had, that psychological advantage in that 2016 NBA Finals. But I've already debunked that. I told you, it took everything from Cleveland to get that trophy. And then you got LeBron going on the shot talking about he the greatest of all time, and that 173-9 championship should equate to 2. That nigga crazy. But anyway, Draymond Green. Remember, he got himself suspended for Game 5. Now, we could talk about LeBron initiated it, but Draymond didn't keep his cool neither. So you're looking at the fact that Draymond has possibly cost the Warrior dynasty to stay together in losing Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant obviously wants to prove himself. But let's face it, Draymond Green killed that bridge that entire season. And what did Draymond do? His toxicness, especially then on top of that, then his mom started to chime in. I feel like it's 2 Draymond Greens talking every time I hear his mom talk. It's like they sound exactly alike. It's crazy. It's like 2 males talking. You would have thought it was his dad talking. And no disrespect to Mrs. Green. But what did the media do the minute that Draymond started all this, and then all of these inside reporters, Chris Haynes and Marcus Thompson, they ran with this story and they rode this story the entire season. And then Draymond tried to be apologetic. No, dude, the damage has been done. And it's like they try to get through it, but the Warriors had so many issues going through this past year, and They looked like they were just an exhausted team. No excuse is no excuse. I mean, they had injuries, but the Raptors won the championship. You give them credit. But Draymond Green arguably was the biggest reason why Kevin Durant is not a Golden State Warrior. And it hurts. And the crazy part is the Warriors offered KD the max. They were planning to offer him 5 years of $221 million. But I think all these factors in KD's legacy, KD's playing with his friends in Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Jordan, the fact that he couldn't build a close relationship with Steph Curry off the court, the pressure of playing with his Achilles injury from the Warriors medical staff. They were desperate to put him on the court because they needed him to try to win a championship. And Kevin Durant, even though he made the final decision, he was being pressured by medical staff and media to put his body at risk. And that's why I said you can't question Kevin Durant's heart. But come on now, man. They took a risk. They took a chance. It was like they really didn't care. And guess what? It cost KD a year of basketball. It's costing them a year of basketball. So with Kyrie and KD, it's like, remember, KD's going to be 32 at the start of next season. So at that point, he's going to start going, Father Time is undefeated. Now, his game is still tailor-made, but it's like we don't know what Kevin Durant is going to be when he comes back healthy. You hope that he could show signs of pre-KD injury when he was playing with Golden State. But like I said, Draymond Green is like the arguably the biggest reason, most likely, why Kevin Durant is not a Golden State Warrior. And if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I know Draymond's part of your core, but you need to look to trade him down the line. Because trust me, even Steve Kerr is tired of his BS too, because he's had his riffs with Steve Kerr too. So Draymond just thinks because he plays on Golden State, he could do and say whatever he wants. Like he's some elite player. And it's like, dude, you're a role player. Yeah, you made all-star teams, but it's because you're on the Golden State Warriors, and that's with all due respect. So can Kyrie and KD play together? No one's saying that it's not possible, but we got to see chemistry-wise, and we got to see if they can stay healthy. And like I said, are we going to see the Kevin Durant of old, or are we going to see a Kevin Durant that's probably just under the hill, and we have to start worrying about down the line? So it's a risk. But once again, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Lewis, man, with a little longer, lengthy video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, it's up, one love, peace. Thanks for watching. You already know the deal, guys. You know we got to run that day.